Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading the Red. This Thursday morning. It's raining. Still, at least it ain't snowing and it ain't too cold. Matthew chapter 18, verse 6. Jesus has been giving insight into the disciples' questions regarding ranking the kingdom. And he gives an example and he draws to himself a child and he uses the child as an example to demonstrate insight into what it means to be one who draws near to God and one who benefits from drawing near to God. But the next part of this verse, it's like Jesus gets distracted by the child and the reality of the innocence and the fragility of the child. And in verse 6, he says, but whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to stumble, it would be better for him to have a heavy millstone hung around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. So, but whoever causes one of these little ones. And so he's got this child, as it were, using them as an example of humility and an openness to receive. And then in this distraction, he says, like one of these children, hey, if anyone causes any of these little ones to stumble, and there are two considerations here. One is to stumble as it relates to damage their innocence in regards to their willingness to trust and receive. And the other is to cause them to stumble as it relates to their trust in their love for me. So Jesus is saying that whoever causes any one of these little children to stumble in their faith, like that is teach them things that are inappropriate and cause them to be distracted and cause them to be uncertain about me. When this country started to teach something other than the Christian message in school, it began to sow confusion in the hearts of children in our nation. And we haven't benefited from those different exposures. Everyone has to have the freedom to be able to choose whom they will serve and what religion they will be part of. But the reality is, when we teach children in so many diverse ways, we confuse them. And Jesus is saying in this story that whoever is responsible for bringing confusion, causing these children to stumble by that confusion, they're going to be in big trouble, such big trouble. And that sense of protection rises up in Jesus as he begins to respond to the implications, I guess, of the historic reality of what was to come one day when people will be sown deception and lies. These children will be sown deception and lies. And they're teaching them things out there now that's confusing them and that's messing up the minds in society. And Jesus was like mindful of it. And he says, anyone causes one of these little ones to stumble, they're going to be in big trouble. It's like being buried into the deep sea, that sense of bearing upon them a great big burden of responsibility. Brothers and sisters, we have a responsibility to be an example to those around us, to show God's incredible mercy, kindness, compassion, and love. And anything that we represent that offends children and confuses children, we will be held accountable for. So we need to make sure that we live lives that reflect the right thing to do and not expose them to confusion and uncertainty so that it causes them to stumble and lose their ability to trust and to feel a sense of security. Didn't mean to say all of that, but God bless you. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.